Hello there, and welcome to the weekly Outside Views report on the politics in Asia and Oceania. China appears to be demanding the returns of the suspected spy balloon shot down by the United States over US waters. The spokeswoman for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, Mao Ning, answered questions on Tuesday about the incident, which has been making headlines for days and has been on the political agenda. This is reported by the US news channel Fox News. And when asked whether China had demanded the return of the wreckage of the destroyed flying object, Mao said, "The airship does not belong to the USA, but to China." At the press conference, she reiterated the Chinese Communist Party's statement that the UAV was civilian in nature and criticized the US government for not acting calmly and professionally. This inadvertent incursion into US airspace is totally unexpected and caused by force majeure, she said. The US should have handled this incident in a calm and professional manner that did not involve the use of force, but they chose otherwise, which is a clear overreaction, said the spokeswoman. The successor to the outgoing central bank governor in Japan is becoming clearer. Several Japanese media, including the business newspaper Nikkei, reported on Friday that the government wanted to nominate former central banker and current economics professor Kazuo Ueda as the new central bank governor. The official announcement should be made on Tuesday, but there you see this video and I can't wait for it. The previous top candidate and current central bank vice, Masayoshi Amamiya, rejected the post. Not much is known about Ueda's current monetary policy stance. However, the departure of longtime central bank chief Haruhiko Kuroda in April is considered a major challenge. He strongly influenced Japanese monetary policy and implemented the monetary policy portion of the late former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's economic policies. Among other things, Abenomics envisaged an extremely loose monetary policy in order to boost the economy and lead Japan out of years of deflation. The news caused considerable movement on the financial markets. The Japanese yen appreciated significantly against the US dollar and the euro. Japanese government bonds came under pressure while capital market interest rates rose. According to the government, India has found significant reserves of the rare and highly sought-after raw material lithium. In the Riasi district in the northwestern state of Jammu and Kashmir, experts from the Indian Geological Authority found deposits of around 5.9 million tons, as was said by India's mining ministry. A plan for the mining of the light metal, which is primarily economically important, is now being drawn up. Lithium is required for the production of rechargeable batteries, which are primarily in demand for electric vehicles. The previously known deposits worldwide are estimated at around 98 million tons, with deposits being discovered again and again in recent times. According to data from the US Geological Agency, Chile has the largest reserves with around 9.3 million tons, followed by Australia with around 6.2 million tons. North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un has prominently featured his daughter Kim Chu-ae at a gala dinner. The state news agency KCNA shared the picture of Kim Jong-un, his wife Ri Sol-yu, and their daughter at the Army's 75th anniversary celebrations. This fuels speculation again as to whether the 10 to 12-year-old could be chosen as his successor. Chu-ae, whose exact age is not officially known, sits in the middle between her parents at a dinner in one photo, with several highly decorated military figures standing in the background. When the ruler and his family arrived, members of the military stood in line and applauded. This is common on such occasions in North Korea, by the way. However, there are also opposite interpretations. Kim Jong-un's motivation for releasing his daughter's pictures was not to portray her as a potential future leader, but to portray himself as a fatherly figure for political purposes. That was said by Kim Sok-young, a professor at Ewha's Women's University. Breaking the glass ceiling is not yet politically feasible given the country's male-dominated hierarchy, she added. North Korean media reports on the first performance also spoke of Kim and his beloved daughter and wife. North Korea has been ruled by Kim Jong-un's family for 3 generations. He was introduced as a future leader at the age of 8 by his father Kim Jong-il, who was presented with a general's uniform. In the beginning, there was Kim Il-sung, the founder of modern North Korea and grandfather of today's head of state. There is still a personality cult surrounding both deceased leaders. It is understood that the dictator's bloodline is to be preserved, although a woman at the helm would be a novelty. However, Kim Jong-un has already promoted his sister Kim Yo-jong to high positions, and she is often on diplomatic missions and repeatedly comments on foreign policy issues. In Iran, members of the Revolutionary Guard Corps raped 2 women during protests last autumn. This emerges from documents available to the British Guardian. Accordingly, the Public Prosecutor's Office wanted to cover up the crimes. Activists repeatedly denounced that so-called security forces rape demonstrators. However, the first internal document that proves a specific case has now become public, according to the report. The activist group Edalat-e-Ali initially forwarded a letter of October 13th to the TV station Iran International. Mohammad Shariari, deputy prosecutor and head of Tehran's General and Revolutionary Prosecutor's Office, wrote the document. The recipient was Ali Saleh, a Tehran prosecutor general and revolutionary prosecutor. It revealed the sexual assault by 2 IRGC officers on an 18-year-old and a 23-year-old. Scientists consider it possible that the bird flu that is currently circulating can spread to the last continents, Antarctica and Australia, which have never been affected before. There is concern that the virus has already penetrated so far into southern South America that is also threatening the biodiversity of Antarctica. That was said by virologist Ian Brown from the British Animal Health Authority Animal and Plant Health Agency on Friday at a digital press conference. In this context, he referred in particular to the susceptibility of seagulls to the virus. Australia has so far been spared from the H5N1 virus, also because the wild birds that have traveled so far have not usually been infected. But we need to reconsider all of this now because this virus appears to have the ability to infect virtually any bird population it encounters, and that is a new dimension. And this concludes this week's video on Asia and Oceania. I'll see you again tomorrow. I'll be back.